following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, and Newy Scruggs.
Here we are, Playoff Tuesday. Playoff Tuesday.
Yeah, baby.
That is.
Joe Burrow headed to the playoffs, baby.
He about to be right here with me.
Joe Burrow, Dak Prescott, one of them will be the comeback player of the year. I need to go around and ask a couple of the people I know who vote again and see where do they stand on that.
Yeah, listen, if you are voting and you're voting honestly with integrity and not based off what team they play for and all sort of stuff, and you look at the seasons, Joe Burrow has had a better season.
He has had a better season, but you know that's not how they're going to look at it. They're going to see the last time, Cowboys is on prime time on Saturday. You know, they're going to see all that 5 touchdown passes. Dak Prescott got out of the slump. They're going to eat all that up. They're going to eat it all up.
What happened the last time Joe Burrow touched the field?
I'm saying, I'm with you, but it's all people are prisoners of the moment. And at that time, he threw 5 touchdown passes on primetime TV. That's the last thing they saw. They're gonna be they eat it up.
It's like a college football ranking. SEC teams just get put higher because of the reputation. That's what it is, baby.
Reputation. You saw a game last night. They blew out the other 2 teams that was in the college football playoff. And then they played to the end of the game. The game was much closer than the score said. The pick six at the end kind of opened it up. But no other team that was in the college football playoff was on the level of the 2 teams that played last night. And they both just so happened SEC West, SEC East. So they don't put them up there because they know that the schools are better. There are better programs in the SEC than they are in other conferences.
I don't think anybody has issues. At least I don't. Nobody had issues with an Alabama and a Georgia who were ranked high all year long. It's the other dudes who get ranked up in there that through reputation.
Texas A&M.
The old misses of the world. Next thing you know, they get ranked up high and Baylor go in there. And just put the ball up on them. Right.
But nobody said Baylor was a bad school. And Baylor also got their coach from where? The SEC, David Randall.
From California.
Heard him.
He's another guy who was on that 2019 LSU championship team who is now a head coach at Baylor and out there making noise. So, I mean, what are we talking about?
So you talking about Joe Burrow done put everybody on. He done put Joe Brady. He done put my man over here on. He's a superhero. He's a superhero.
Joe Burrow got a cape.
You get a car. You get a car.
Tell that man to hook me up. All right?
They need to go ahead and put a statue of Joe Burrow outside Tiger Stadium with a cape. And all the people that he carried along the way there. So, by the way, I am looking forward to the matchup. Dak Prescott, as the quarterback against Fred Warner, who's their outstanding linebacker and very good in coverage.
Field general. He's a field general. He reminds me a lot of Sean Lee.
There's a guy who, unfortunately, wasn't a part of that Super Bowl winning team for the 49ers, but had them in the position in the fourth quarter and they had a 10-point lead.
Got the pick.
Right. Fred Warner can play. And we haven't talked about him a whole lot here. And because, it's a West Coast team, and we were concentrating on the Cowboys. But that's just one matchup I was going through. I was like, you know what, man? If this guy, catches his groove going, he can be a problem for the Cowboys Sunday at AT&T Stadium.
Yeah, because he's one of those linebackers that you want to go up there and switch up in audible plays. He's going to be able to match you with you. Okay, you want to switch up this. Okay, this is what we're going to do. Blitz this guy over here. He's one of those students of the game that, like I said, he reminds me of Sean Lee, just extremely more athletic than Sean Lee, but he's a student of the game, and he breaks things down, and he gets those guys. You can see it on tape. He gets them lined up in the right direction. Whatever it's he does the secondary, does the D-line, he does everybody, gets them in the right spot. So he's a heck of a player as well. So it ain't like he's just a smart guy out there putting everybody else. He's smart as well as athletic and can get things done. So you're right, this is going to be a hell of a matchup between Dak and the field general for this San Francisco defense.
I mean, look, let me tell you something. Okay, Fred Warner, great player. Dak going to get out here, call audibles and stuff. But what do we really expect our offense to do?
Against this defense?
Do we expect them to go out there and play one of those games where we put up 50, put up 40? Is that what you expect when you walk out there? Do you say this is what our offense is going to do to San Francisco?
I don't expect them to go out there and do what they did against Philly, but if they got to at least put up 28 points. They got to put up 28 points in this game to get a victory. Because I think our defense, we can hold San Francisco to under 24 points, but That's gonna be tough, man. Because if we go out there and let's just say Jimmy G's on one of his days, he's out there, he's on fire because he has the capabilities. He's a roller coaster quarterback. He's up and down, but we've seen he has those capabilities like that last game versus LA, where if he's on fire, he can heat up quick. And I don't want to, if our offense if it's back in them struggling days, I don't want, this to be one of them, Jimmy G's just going off, and now our offense is struggling, and now our defense has to get 4 or 5 takeaways, because I don't think that's going to happen come Sunday.
My expectation for this game is for the defense to keep us in the game.
Okay.
No matter if we're winning, I expect us to get some stops and make sure that we hold them the field goal so they're not able to take the lead. And if we're losing, I expect our defense to be able to get that turnover, put us in the right position to be able to get some points on offense. I do not, based off what I have seen, I am not as confident in saying that if we're playing a team with a good defense, a defense that has been playing better throughout getting closer to the end of the season, that our offense is going to go out there and look like we did against Tampa. That is not my expectation for the game. So I'm putting it on the defense.
Okay, Danny McCray. And I'll start with you and Barry Church. You followed up. A lot of guys on this team, the 49ers team, have played in the Super Bowl. They have Super Bowl experience. How much do you think that matters?
This year, I really don't think it matters it doesn't matter that much to me. I think that this is early in the playoffs. This is one of them games where the matchup is going to be key. Like, how are you able to exploit matchups offensively and defensively? What we know about our team is we have a great leader in Dak Prescott. We have a great leader in Dan Quinn and Mike McCarthy, both who have been to Super Bowls, one who has won the Super Bowl. So we're going to be ready to play against a team in San Francisco, even though they had gone to the Super Bowl and lost. I think that experience that we have on our coaching side is going to match up with the experience that they have in going to the Super Bowl and losing the game.
Yeah, I think it definitely provides a little bit positivity for the 49ers, because I think being in that situation, and especially against last week against the LA Rams, they've been in situations where they're in holes and they got to battle their way back out of those. They're not going to just, okay, man, they got 2 touchdowns on us, let's just cave it in. We had a heck of a season, it's over now. They're going to continue to battle, and they're going to continue to scrap and claw, and the game will never be over. So to me, I think that Super Bowl experience, that long playoff run that they had a couple years ago, that'll definitely prove dividends for them going into this game, because they're going to continue to scratch and claw and fight and do all that stuff. Now, is it going to make them, the victors? I don't think that. But they got experience on their side, and it could help them in the long run.
Full disclosure, Dallas Morning News, we have to do those predictions.
Yep.
Pick the Niners to win the championship.
Wait, just recently or like?
No, beginning of the year.
The beginning of the year. Oh, okay.
So you mean like yesterday?
No, beginning of the year.
Why did you do that, though? Like, what made you pick the Niners?
When healthy, they've had good runs, good years under Shanahan. Mm-hmm. Health has been the issue. And knowing that they drafted Trey Lance and gave up all that capital, put Jimmy G on notice. And I figured, okay, you're on notice. You're going to go out and play next level. They can run the ball, healthy. This is a team I thought could do it one more time.
Are they down there 2 top running backs?
And I was wrong. He can't stay healthy.
Yeah, Jimmy G can't stay healthy.
Sometimes I think Shanahan outcoaches himself. So just what I thought, I've been wrong on, but they ended up, I give them a lot of credit. They did bounce back and make the playoffs here, but I was totally wrong on Garoppolo.
They made a run. And Jimmy G, Jimmy G when it's.
Well, I had him winning I had him win the division.
You had them win in the division, or
yeah, no? I had them as a strong team. 12-something wins.
Oh, you thought they was gonna be Green Bay out here?
Yeah.
Okay. Nah, you was a little wrong on that one. You was a little wrong on that one.
I definitely would have said that.
But Jimmy G, he's a solid quarterback.
But 2 years ago, they beat the tar out of Green Bay. And that was with Jimmy G I think he's going through 8 passes in the NFC Championship game. So, like I said, I'm sitting here thinking that, all right, down year last year, they could come back. I was wrong in terms of just what I was expecting. I'll give them credit. They made the playoffs, but they're not going to win the championship.
You don't got anything can happen. Anything can happen, man.
I don't have that.
Not at all.
I don't have that kind of faith. They're going to beat this week.
Do they have any? Because they were down. What I know there was the Mostert. Mostert was out, right?
Mostert.
And then who was the backup? Sermon from Ohio State. So they're down to their
Trey
third,
Sermon.
And they're still able to run the football the way they can do it.
Kid from North Texas is running well. I mean, look, Shanahan is, and this goes back to his daddy. They always pull out some running backs out that their pocket. I mean, they know how to scout running backs, man. That's just one great thing they know how to do.
Their scheme is also something that is amazing. The way that they're able to adjust zone read here, like when they had the RG3 scheme,
that was nasty.
Like for you to be able to have your look at this dude, for you to be able to have your quarterback come out of Baylor and be what RG3 was, and then all of a sudden create a system around him that nobody could stop. Like nobody wanted to see that scheme when they first brought it out with RG3 in there. And then now you have San Francisco who's able to do that in multiple different situations though, right? If this person's hurt, then we'll put a receiver back there and he knows how to play running back. Or we can find a Mo start and he gets hurt, and then I'm playing fantasy football, and whoever the backup was for San Francisco, you wanted them on your team because you know that he had a chance to go for 200 in the game.
Think about the staff that came up with that plan: Mike Shanahan, his son Kyle, Sean McVay, and I believe Matt LaFleur was also on that staff in Washington.
And McVay's a head coach, LaFleur's a head coach, Kyle Shanahan's a head coach. His dad probably going in the Hall of Fame. That's an impressive treat. Yeah, all three. Yeah, that's true.
And I keep laughing at just the standpoint of Dan Snyder had all this talent here, messed it all up. All this is right there in your building, FedEx Field, and you messed it up. You've got nothing to show for any of this.
Losing organizations. That's what they do. They do losing things. Let guys just walk up out of there.
What y'all think their team name is gonna be?
Commanders.
The football team?
The Commanders?
Commanders.
The Washington Commanders. That sounds terrible, man. Oh, man. What?
Okay, can I defend them? I'll defend them in this fashion. First off, people were already trademarking names because of the pressure to change the name. So people are already out there trying to man, I'm about to Red Tails. And so folks went out here already registered patents. Then they announced they were changing the name. I mean, people were running to the patent office. So they didn't have a whole lot of choices.
The Commanders.
They didn't have a lot of choices. And so, yeah, the choices, I mean, look.
Sound like a USFL team.
Commanders.
The Cleveland Indians changed their name to the Guardians.
Yeah.
That a great name? It's really not.
It's better than the Commanders.
Guardians and Commanders, same old thing?
No, it ain't. The Commanders. I think it's one of those things that's going to take a couple of years to catch on just because you went from already the Redskins, which they had to change from, and then the football team. And now you have to go from the football team, which we all thought was horrible, to now it's
Cleveland had to rescind that name. You know that, right? The baseball team had to rescind that name. They can't use that name.
They can't use the Guardians anymore.
Really?
Yeah. If you look it up, it was trademarked, and they couldn't get the trademark for it, I guess.
Well, guess they're
going to be looking some more.
Look it up.
The
I didn't know that.
search continues.
So, okay, now you think about the pantheon of Washington nicknames here. The Capitals. It's not a great name.
Wizards.
The hockey team. The Bullets. It's not a great name. The Senators. They ran back the Senators 2-3 times as a baseball. That's not a great name.
No.
You start thinking about name me the Nationals, the baseball team. Name me a great Washington nickname.
I actually like the Wizards.
The Wizards is fire. The Wizards is fire.
Yeah.
That's
One.
Fire. That's it.
I'm just saying.
That's it.
But that was after Bullets was the first name.
But that don't mean that the Washington football team should follow suit.
They should just keep the football team. I mean, it's already now. It's already there now. They need to just keep the football team.
Just call them the Snyders.
The Sharks.
The Sharks. Instead of changing the name, bring them emails out. All right, that's what we need to be. I ain't talking about no change your name. Bring them 650,000 emails that's out. That's what we need to talk about.
They ain't gonna bring them out unless John Gruden get hired to coach in Jacksonville. All of a sudden, them 650 gonna be back out again.
By the way, with Rich Bisaccia doing what he did after John Gruden left, should show Mark Davis why he should never pay anybody $10 million to be a head coach again. At least not that guy. I mean, how much money is he paying Bisaccia? Maybe $1 million? Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, You think about that. The price tag of all the power and everything you gave John Gruden and what Rich Bisaccia did with troubles after troubles after troubles, and he got that team to the playoffs.
And he ain't even got the same team that Gruden had. Their minus Henry Ruggs. Darren Waller been hurt all this time. I mean, the other receiver, somebody else got in trouble, and he kept them all
the former
together.
first-round pick. I mean, I tell you, man, it's interesting.
Did all that and beat the Chargers.
Man, did all that.
All the people
Joe Burrow about to be right next to us.
Justin Herbert.
Joe, it's all good. I got your seat right here, baby.
But Bisaccia was out there trying to get Justin Herbert.
Man.
He was trying to help him get there.
Here you go, platter for you.
And what happened? Coaching.
Can't overcome bad coaching.
Your quarterback should have put you in a different situation, okay? You should have never been in that situation.
Jerry Jones has questions about his kicker. Tell you what Jerry had to say. And we'll hear from the special teams coach, John Fossil, who's still rolling with Greg Zuerlein. We'll do that next right here on the Players Lounge. Brought to you by Hotels.com on DallasCowboys.com radio.
At Smoothie King, we are blending goodness to fuel your greatness. Every blend is crafted to help you achieve your health and fitness goals. Smoothie King uses only whole fruits and organic veggies. You'll never find sugary syrups or artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives. And unlike some other smoothie places, there are 0 grams of added sugar in many of our blends. Smoothie King is proud to be the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys. Place your order in the app or online for pickup or delivery. Smoothie King, rule the day.
It's game day. You know what that means. First, kebab prep. Steak, pepper, onion, steak, pepper, onion. Next, a counterclockwise lap around the room. Now the lucky grease-stained jersey goes on. And lastly, the dance. You know the one. This is a game day ritual no matter where you are. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com and keep the tradition alive and well. Hotels.com, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a broken traffic light. Stop and go is the name of my game. It's easy. You go, they go. Or was it, they go, you go? And if you have the wrong car insurance, these repair costs could stop you in your tracks. So get Allstate's new low auto rate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Not available in every state based on coverage and limits selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Brace yourself for an existential question. Has your butt been having enough fun lately? Have you been treating it well? Has it been going places? If not, then it's about time you start using SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the best way to get your butt tickets to live events. Just ask the thousands of other butts who have rated it the #1 ticketing app. So what are you waiting for? Download the app now or visit SeatGeek.com to get tickets to sports, concerts, and live events and make your butt happy. SeatGeek. Get your seat in a seat.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Dak Prescott is the Cowboys nominee for the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award, presented by Nationwide, recognizing NFL players for outstanding community service activities, off the field excellence. On it, help Dak earn a $25,000 donation to his Faith Fight Finish Foundation by voting on Twitter. So you need to tweet hashtag WPMOY challenge, followed by Prescott through January 17th. Vote Dak. All right, Players Lounge, Barry Church, Danny McCray, Newey Scruggs, brought to you by Hotels.com. This kicker's worrying me. He's been worrying me all year long.
You gonna hook him left or push him right?
Left is his deal.
Well, all right, hook him.
Oh, you got the red pistol. You a nickname. You a nickname guy. Okay, all right, I see you. Okay.
Dr. Hook.
Dr. Hook, I see.
You got a t-shirt soon.
Yep. Get you a Dr. Hook'em left. Damn, Zuerlein.
It wasn't me, Zuerlein. It was these two guys.
Push him right, hook him left.
Jerry Jones, on his radio show today, was asked about his kicker. And he said, the struggles have absolutely altered our game plan. He's a sound kicker, experienced kicker. Our guys are sensitive about how to approach the game. Also said, if we could find a better solution, believe me, we have someone here. So he's like, his struggles have absolutely altered the game plan.
I just don't. Cause from the beginning, there was no competition for Zuerlein.
None.
At camp, there's none. The man was hurt, didn't really get the kick out of Hall in camp. No competition. He's that guy. Don't worry about it. When he's here, when he's ready, he's going to be that guy. First game out there, what'd he miss? Two field goals?
Field goal, extra point.
Missed 4 points.
And we ended up losing by 3, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's not the first time it happened. I mean, this is a reoccurring thing, and I'll get it. The guy's been on a roller coaster because when he's good, when he's on, the man can hit from 60 and he can be that guy. But it's just not consistent enough. And for Fossil to say this late in the season, he's going to figure it out. He's got to figure it out. We ain't get that yet? Okay.
Let's hear. Let's hear from the special teams
from
coach
Fossils
who
himself.
spoke to the media yesterday.
Because he's kind of been trying to find it really all season. He's really been kind of trying to find it all season, and he really only started trying to find it when, the game was live, Tampa week. That's when we first got him out. We kicked quite a bit actually in the preseason, but it was all just swinging, really no operation. About every other day, we did quite a bit of swinging off the time clock. Nobody was out there. I don't think people realize that, but as far as the operation and true game, he really started trying to find it right about when the season started, and so that put us behind the 8 ball. And I think he's still, I can speak for him. I think he's still trying to find it, and he's been real close. And for a couple of weeks there, he was really dialed in. And then he said Kansas City game, he hit a couple really good balls, and then he just kind of lost it, and he's been kind of back and forth. It seems like since the Kansas City game, where he felt like that's when he found it.
You don't think that's kind of scary to be going into a playoff game and you're still talking about your kicker trying to find it?
If it was a rookie, maybe. I think every kicker's kind of lost it before and they find it again. I think Tiger Woods a lot of times has lost it. It's like if you're a golfer, it's like, man, once you get it down, why don't you just stay with that forever? But either they kind of lose it or they kind of tweak it. So it's a good question. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think
Tiger's a Hall of Famer, though. Tiger's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, well, we got a ways to go, Greg.
That's it.
Hey, man.
Go ahead, D-Man. Go ahead, man.
I have nothing like serious to say about that conversation. I think it's very, it's very telling.
Yeah.
How much he stuttered, how much he couldn't really put his finger on what was going on with his guy. But it's one of those like, hey, this is my guy. And I think he said it at the end of one of these interviews of like, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Oh, he
but
said
I
yesterday.
believe I believe that I'm right. And I'm like, wait, hold on. You gonna put the dreams and hopes of an entire organization on your intuition that a guy that you've known for a while is going to make a kick when the season shows and he's been telling you that he doesn't have it, but he lost it? Like, it's not like that we watched it or Fausto was watching the game and saying, I don't think he have it. The dude told you. Man, I thought I had it, but I really didn't have it. I'm not sure when I'm going to get it back, but if you have faith in me going into the playoffs, I think I might be able to find it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy because it's not just you, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, this is the entire team. If you ain't sure, when they say field goal, because Mike McCarthy has to go out there when you get into field goal range and you have to ask Coach Fossil, hey, what do you think we should do here? And then the special team coach usually says, yeah, he can do it, and then you send him out. So when he asks you, now you should, in your mind, you should say, you know what, man, he don't really have it. If we can get this thing up another 5-10 yards, then I'm okay. But the way he's talking is like, if I'm wrong, then I'm going to be wrong. But I'm still going to put him out there because I believe that he's going to find it sometime. Like, to put your hopes and dreams of your entire season on that type of thinking, it's strange. And I'm really confused. Like, is everybody okay with that? Not us. Is everybody over there okay with that?
Is this the Yibs?
You heard what the owner said. You heard the owner. He said his struggles absolutely altered our game plan.
But I'm saying, but is everybody okay with that? So if I'm hearing that and I'm the head coach or I'm like, oh, bro, come on, let me talk to you real quick.
You got to.
Because as we talking about this game plan, like I said, what do we need? Like, where do we need to get on the field in order for you to feel 100% confident that he can make the kick? Because outside of that, we're going to be going for it on 4th down. All right, if it's 4th and 4, we probably going to go for it versus putting him out there because you just said you're not sure if you can do it or not.
And you got to look at the way he answered the question. It was like he said, I got confidence in him, but nothing that no sound that came out of his mouth seemed confident to me. It was always, well, you know, there was a lot of those, well, you know, Tiger, if we just, you know, if the great ones lose it and they come back, so we're just going to, you know, no, man, there's no confidence in answering that question about your guy. The guy that you brought in, and he's struggling. We all see it. We all see it struggling right now. And what Fossil's doing is basically like, look, I'm on this hill. I already went to bat for my guy enough. I can't leave him now. But we're in the playoffs. This isn't week 1, 2, 3. This isn't the preseason where he did all this anonymous swinging and all this crazy. We're at the playoff point. If we go to a playoff game and we end up losing by 2 points because my boy hooks one left.
It should be some fire.
It's going to be.
It should be some fire going. See, let me tell you something. See, this is what happens, okay? So last year, you get a guy who brings this guy in and does absolutely horrible. He don't get fired till after the season. Don't get fired after the season because he stuck with him. That's my friend. We going through the same process again with Zerline of like, listen, he's going to figure it out. Well, he was batting balls. He wanted to say it was off camera. Nobody saw it. What? The eye in the sky don't
Never
lie.
lied.
Okay,
Never
if I have a kicker who is coming off of surgery, I'm recording every kick. You know why? Because I want to see if anything's changed and tell him what it looks like now and what he needs to fix to get back on track. You tell me you weren't recording none of this?
Or at least have insurance policy. Have somebody in there that can be like, all right, well, since you ain't completely right, we're going to get you on IR for the first 3 weeks of the season. Have this guy over here kicking. And, we'll see.
He relieved him. I saw him make a kick the next week after we let him go. What's his name?
Liam Hiralahu.
Hiralahu went out there and made a kick afterwards. I mean, so let this man sit down and get healthy. Sit him over there with Britt. Okay? Sit him over there with Britt Brown, Jim, and when he ready to come back, then let him come back.
I just don't. Why did we force this guy's Zerline on the field? Like in that first game, it was like, what? If he's not feeling 100%, and they saw it in training camp, he wasn't kicking. He was saying he was hurt. Why do we we gotta have him week 1? We need this guy. I don't see it.
So we're doing we're on Zoom, and so I see everyone else, all the other media members there, and Jim starts trying to answer this. And I see Calvin Watkins start to smile. When he says, I think I can speak for him and say he's still trying to find it. And that's I had to ask him, turn you late in the year to
got to find something.
That ain't even the worst part. He said he found it in the Kansas. What week was Kansas City?
Man, that was
like in
way
November.
I'm saying if you talk about from September to November, the dude said he just started to find it in the Kansas City game, but what he thought he found, he didn't really find. So you tell me he wasn't even confident going out there from week 1 all the way up to Kansas City?
Week 11? Yeah.
It was over 3 months.
He was trying to find it. He was trying to find it.
Tiger.
We needed to try to find his replacement.
This dude, Ricky Fowler out here. We're talking Tino Tiger. Ricky Fowler.
Man.
What are you talking about?
He should be a tribal council getting all the votes.
Oh, right now.
Come on, player. I got nothing for you. Hey, go for it on 4. So if you listen to this, when you get to watch the game on Sunday, starting at 3:30, if we decide to go for it on 4th down, every time
at our own 30.
Yeah, just know it's because it ain't been found yet.
So we're asking these questions about the field goal kicker. Most of the press conference about the field goal kicker, all right? And then the last question, after I asked him that, the last question, somebody asked about the punter.
Brian Anger.
Like, is anybody going to use any parts of this quote about the punter? No. Nobody cares. It's about the field goal kicker.
Man.
Who gets points or costs us points?
Okay.
The kicker. We can't.
Okay.
Man, this is
like nobody cares about the punter. He's had a nice year. He's going
Pro
to the
Bowl. Pro Bowl.
Thank you. But everything at this point in time, especially after he said that, is like literal. What?
It just don't sound like he had true confidence in the guy, but it sounds like I'm going to stick with my guy because he's my guy, but not because stepping back and looking at it in real terms of do I want to wager my future or the future of this football team?
He's gambling.
He is big time gambling.
He's gambling.
He gambling away, but not just his though. It's it's not You play football long enough. You've seen it long enough. Been around the Cowboys long enough to know how rare it is for us to go through a season like we did this year, get 12 wins, win the division, and are going to host a playoff game. All right? I ain't never been to the playoffs. I played football 6 years. If you was telling me you was going to wager my future for playoff checks, for Super Bowl possibilities, any of that, on this dude who you said ain't found it yet,
now,
I would be out there. Come on. And I love special teams. I don't have no problem with Fossil, and no problem with a guy who's gonna stand up for his people and make sure that he's gonna try to take care of them when he can. But when you're playing so bad that a dude come out there and have to sound like that, then you just playing bad.
Yeah. You gotta say it what it is. You gotta call it what it is.
Fossil also talked about how Zuerlein had struggled in 2015 and he found it. It's like, yeah, I went through this in 2015.
No, 7 years ago, man.
2015.
But I was 7 years.
Oh, my last
in 2015, Donald Trump was still doing the Apprentice TV show.
What are we talking about here?
It's a long time ago. We talked about 2015. Like, really?
And after the surgery.
There's a reason why LA let him ride.
And improved.
Yeah, there's a reason.
Their kicker, Matt Gay, is going to the Pro Bowl, but it's just...
There's a reason.
I just heard it, and...
It's one of them shake your heads, just like, what?
I just felt like, man, I gotta let me follow this up. I mean, because we're all asking the question, and he gave us, I mean, I gotta follow this up here, and then I heard the Tiger thing, like,
man,
Tiger?
My man compared him to
I swear I thought I was listening to like CNN or something when they're getting on the politicians avoiding questions. I swear I was like, is this?
That dude was avoiding.
Anderson Cooper, what is going on?
Bobbing and weaving.
You asking somebody something? That sounded like the most political thing that you. Jordan was next. Jordan lost to jump. Like, we were finna go all the way down the list. Yeah, Tom Brady had a year,
You know, Babe Ruth went through a month like that, but he found it. He found it. When the playoffs came, the Babe found it. Hit 3 home runs.
Did you call Greg Zuerlein Tiger Woods? You didn't call him Tiger, did you?
Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods.
But hey, Greg, let me tell you something. You should go buy him dinner. Buy him a good gift because he's had your back all season. So hopefully you can return the favor by making it true, making his beliefs come true and making the kick when you need to, because now that's the only way that the playoffs get in for us. Like, it has to. The book has to be written with Greg Zuerlein finding it or not finding it.
We're going to find out shortly.
Like, you know it's going to come down to this. We're talking about it so much. It's going to come down to, hey, man, did Greg Zuerlein find it or not?
And I tell you what, if he didn't find it at that last kick,
you know, I hope he finds it.
Yeah, we all do. We all do.
Listen, because I want us to go to the Super Bowl. We haven't been around it. I ain't been around the team. I haven't seen it. So I hope he does, for the sake of everybody else that's on this squad, that is going to put forward their best effort, give everything they got to get out there and get this dude in a position to make a kick. So for his sake and the sake of everybody else in this organization, I hope he makes these kicks.
I ain't gonna lie. If he miss it in the chaos start, I'm gonna be all for it. What's going on?
Well, I will say this, okay, and I want to make sure I put this on the record at 1:02 here on a Tuesday, the January 11, 2022. If Zuerlein ends up missing a kick that cost the Cowboys a playoff game, it should not be a fireable offense for John Fossil, because the special teams unit this year was good. He just died with the wrong dude.
His ability and his they should not give him the opportunity to go pick another guy, one of his guys.
Yeah, you got to deal with what you give you.
They need to go through the entire process of evaluating the guys who are available, having a true competition, and then letting it play out that way. Not fired, but he should lose his ability to bring in another kicker at least.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Or make it more of a collaborative effort, that it's just not, okay, what do you want?
This is your guy. Yeah, no.
I want to see evaluation, and I want to see competition.
That's the main thing.
Everywhere else on the roster, it's been talking about competition. You draft all these players on defense, you got offense or whatever, all this other stuff. There should be competition at the kicker position.
Let Will McClay do what he do.
Yeah,
so that. All right, let's take our final break here with Barry Church, Danny McCray. This is Players Lounge, brought to you by Hotels.com on DallasCowboys.com radio.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a broken traffic light. Stop and go is the name of my game. It's easy. You go, they go. Or was it they go, you go? And if you have the wrong car insurance, these repair costs could stop you in your tracks. So get Allstate's new low auto rate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Not available in every state based on coverage and limits selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
It's game day. You know what that means. First, kebab prep. Steak, pepper, onion, steak, pepper, onion. Next, a counterclockwise lap around the room. Now the lucky grease-stained jersey goes on. And lastly, the dance. You know the one. This is a game day ritual no matter where you are. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com and keep the tradition alive and well. Hotels.com, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
At Smoothie King, we are blending goodness to fuel your greatness. Every blend is crafted to help you achieve your health and fitness goals. Smoothie King uses only whole fruits and organic veggies. You'll never find sugary syrups or artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives. And unlike some other smoothie places, there are 0 grams of added sugar in many of our blends. Smoothie King is proud to be the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys. Place your order in the app or online for pickup or delivery. Smoothie King, rule the day.
At AT&T, everyone, new and existing customers, get our best deals on every smartphone. Why? Because you deserve it. For turning your living room into your office and your gym. For teaching Grandma how to video call and teaching her again.
It's the button on your left, Nana. Okay, your other left.
It's not complicated. Everyone deserves something new. So AT&T is giving everyone, new and existing customers, our best deals with every unlimited plan on every smartphone, even the latest ones.
AT&T may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. Restrictions and exceptions may apply.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Be the first to receive new offers, event information, and more when you sign up to receive text messages from the team. Text Cowboys to NFLDAL. That is 635-325 to receive 10% off your next Pro Shop order. Message frequency may vary. Message and data rates may apply. All right. This is the Players Lounge. The players are Danny McCray, Barry Church.
Barry Church, Danny McCray.
There it is.
Newey Scruggs.
Chris Beam in the back.
You see how fast I did that?
Three
Barry Church, Danny McCray, Newey Scruggs.
3 Amigo Negroes. All right, you trying to do this every day then.
Newey Scruggs.
At least we both bald. At least we both bald. At least we both bald.
Do it every day. Just do it every day, okay? Do it every day. See how easy you think this is.
Well, I'm not going to mix up Newey and Barry. Newey, Barry, Newey, Barry, Barry, Newey.
Like I said, man, it's easy till you got to get it. Okay? It's like, okay, sometimes I mess up. Yeah, it's like
you're going to find it.
It's like Tiger Woods.
You're going to find it. That's it.
Like Tiger Woods.
I got faith. For 3 years, we've been doing this. Hey, you're going to find it. You're going to find it.
It's my 2015, okay? It's my 2015.
That's why he like going versatile, because he don't have to point at nobody. He's like, Barry, Danny.
Yep, that's what it is.
Black man, black man.
There it is.
Black man.
He has Post-it notes with your names on it.
Never name tags.
Oh, man.
We all look the same, huh?
I hate you. And I hate you too.
I ain't gonna forget this, you New York cities.
Hate you. Blake Jarwin made his return to the lineup. Mike McCarthy said, it was good to see him there. What type of ability do you think packages does Kellen Moore come up with trying to utilize the tight ends against this 49er defense?
Not a one.
Not a one?
Not a one. Stick with what you got, man. Okay. Dalton Schultz has been the guy, okay? Why mess that up? What you need to focus on is getting the ball to who? 19 and 21. Don't even throw. We talked about this years ago. Give him too many weapons. Give him too many weapons, you can't find a way to utilize one of them. All right? CeeDee Lamb still had 2 catches last week. All right, Amari Cooper still had less catches, less production than Cedric Wilson. Find a way to use the tools that you have. If you have to sub Blake Jarwin in, still put him in the same position that Dalton Schultz is in, let him run them same plays, but focus on 21 and 19. I think that is your recipe for success. And if you don't, your recipe for failure is going to be the fact that you did not focus on 19 and 21.
I'm going to tell you who they need to focus on. It ain't even on the Cowboys offense. They need to focus on Josh Norman. Whoever that man is covering out there, that's who they need to target up and go after. And I'm serious. Look, We seen what Sherman was out there. Josh Norman is the same type of dude. They are both old corners out there who can't really run that much anymore. So if I'm Kellen Moore, I'm looking for where's 26 at? Is he in the slot? Is he on the outside? Whoever's got 26 on front of him, that's where I'm targeting the ball. Because I don't think he can run with any of our receivers. You got to target Josh Norman on that one. Now, outside of that, I'm with you on it. We got to get the ball to 19 and we got to get the ball to 21. But other than that, whoever's lined up in front of Josh Norman and we're passing the football, you got to attack that, man.
But, and that's the thing. That is great. I wish we would. But are you going to scheme it up to where you get him in a one-on-one situation? Right? Are you gonna let him off the hook by letting him play cover 3, letting him play zone drop wherever they got him at, and not really putting that pressure on him to where you got to see if he can beat yours or if yours is gonna beat him? I think, and that has been like a downfall of us so far this season of like we have not been able to utilize one-on-one matchups. When you say, hey man, what matchup are you worried about? They're not worried about none of ours because we play a scheme type of offense to where we know that they know that we're not going to be able to get our biggest threat into a one-on-one situation.
It ain't like
where
Green
we can
Bay.
expose it. It's not that way.
Both of you, I'll start here with Danny. I asked Kellen Moore in the press conference yesterday, any pressure at all, not just to come up with a game-winning playoff, performance as a coordinator, but knowing this is a job interview come Sunday. This is a job interview for him. And he gave me the cliche answer, but what are your thoughts about that?
Listen, I think at this point Kellen Moore is what he is. But if he wants to put himself above some of those other candidates when people are watching the film, he has to show that he has the ability to adjust and not just be the guy who, if you can't scheme to get somebody wide open, then your offense is not doing what it should do. So if he's able to come in and do what we said, hey, we're going to figure out how to get our best players in best position to make plays, I think that will kind of elevate him above some of the other guys because you can show that he also can draw up these plays to get people wide open. He can be creative. But then when it comes down to it, he can also get his guys who are making the big bucks because teams want to know, hey, man, if I'm paying this receiver $20 million a year, you're going to get him the ball, or should I just get a bunch of guys in here who can play because you're just going to run whatever play you want to and get this guy open. So I think it is a good opportunity for him to show that he can do something else other than what he's been doing this season.
And this makes me a little nervous, man, because I don't want him to go out there thinking, all right, I got to play Madden now. Like, this is my job interview. I got to make sure I light him up. I got to throw the ball all over the yard. I don't want to have that balanced approach like we've seen earlier in the season. That makes me a little bit nervous because if we go out there and we start chucking the ball around 50 to 60 times like we've seen in the past, we haven't won those games. We've won the games and been dominant on offense when it's a balanced approach. It may look boring. It may be, we're going to hand the ball off to Zeke 20 sometimes and throw it every now and then. And it may look boring, but it's going to get us the dub. Hopefully he goes about it that way and not like, all right, I got to show off what my offensive genius is and creativity. Let me do this bubble screen pass and let me throw this Madden play out there because that's going to get us beat come Sunday.
The Jaguars and the Broncos are watching him.
But it's crazy, though, because you say it might not look pretty, but some of our best games when we had balance are some of our highest scoring games. Yeah. Right? Our defense plays better when we're balanced. Our special teams play better when we're balanced. And so does the offense. So the Atlanta game, I feel like was a pretty balanced game.
Yeah.
The Washington football team game, I felt like was a pretty balanced game. And then you go into the Philly game, we rushed the ball up, 30 times? Rushed the ball 30 times, decked those 5 touchdowns. These are balanced games. All right, so looking pretty. I don't.
Because look at Tampa Bay. I don't want him to go out there in that Tampa Bay game and it's like, whoa, did you see what that offense did? They were throwing the ball all over the yard. He had deep bombs here, deep bombs there. They put up 45 points. But we lost the game. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want him to go into that approach. I hope he goes into that balance.
Greg Zuerlein lost the game. Greg Zuerlein.
He's going to find it.
So the Broncos have requested permission to talk to Kellen Moore and Dan Quinn. I found it interesting because I was looking at Jacksonville, where Kellen Moore interviewed with. I don't think they requested to chat with Eric Bieniemy. I know they did with Byron Leftwich, but I'm trying to understand how Eric Bieniemy is not on everyone's list. Nathaniel Hackett, the offensive coordinator with Green Bay, and he's getting some
serious contention right now.
And I'm thinking to myself, wait. If you're interviewing that guy, how do you not have Eric Bieniemy on the list too? Eric Bieniemy is a Super Bowl winning coordinator whose quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, who's won an MVP, said, yeah, you need to hire that guy.
Do you think that he loses some because he's coaching with Andy Reid?
I think so.
You know what I'm saying? Because when people say, hey, man, it's Andy Reid,
really Andy
Reid, whatever. Also,
No. Matt Nagy got a job, didn't call damn play. Doug Peterson got a job, didn't call play.
We're talking about when you have to find an excuse for a guy not to get interviewed.
Why are they trying to find this thing?
Nobody won the MVP when them dudes was the OCs. Nobody won a Super Bowl when them dudes the MVPs. Yes, being black is damn sure it hurt Eric Bieniemy. Okay?
By the way,
we just go ahead and say that.
Bieniemy, he already interviewed with Jacksonville.
Did he?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a report, January 6, 2021.
I hadn't heard it. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
He finished his interview.
Okay.
There you go.
Good.
Schefter reported that.
Okay, because that has to be. I mean, this man should be. I'm sorry, but I'm looking at the names. If you're calling Kellen Moore, if you're calling Nathaniel Hackett, you damn sure should be calling Eric Bieniemy. He's got the better resume.
You think
he can sit up here and say, I've been a coordinator. Byron Leftwich, the same thing. These guys can say it. So at a certain point in time, when I see some of these dudes that keep getting these job interviews, I'm like,
Hold on a second. That was January 2021. So that was last year.
Okay, so last year.
So yeah, he hasn't
heard Bill O'Brien.
You seen that? You seen
Bill
that?
O'Brien.
You seen it?
I don't know what's going on in his spot, his old spot. They got some stuff going on. But are they gonna keep Squid Games? Dan Quinn and Kellen Moore, they're going to keep requesting both of these dudes, put them on the same flight, trying to figure out who's going to say what about who. Man. I think that's funny.
Why do you think it is that, Bieniemy is getting kind of passed up by these younger guys? You look at Hackett, Kellen Moore, Byron Leftwich. They're all these younger, talented. I mean, they're talented coordinators, but why is Bieniemy kind of taking a back seat to those guys? I mean, the resumes aren't really the same.
I don't know. I'll say this. I don't understand how come Doug Peterson's name has not been out there more from the standpoint, guy has won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And, Doug Peterson, they get into it. Doug gets into it with Howie Roseman and Jeff Lurie. They didn't want to do it this way. Doug has his own thoughts. And then Carson Wentz becomes, trade me. Doug Peterson was right. Okay? Yeah. Carson didn't have it. They needed to do something different. I mean, Doug Peterson, and while Philadelphia went to is making the playoffs this year, I'm looking at that. This should be another guy at your time. God bless Dan Quinn. He deserves every opportunity for what he's done. But if you're going to put him there, then tell me how Doug Peterson is not the same dude. Yeah. Who's not? I mean, the guy has won a Super. He beat Bill Belichick. Yeah. They won a shootout. You talk about you want guys who do analytics or just go out there and just big gunslingers. Philly. I mean, it's just interesting on who they choose to promote and who they choose. We don't know about this guy. I mean, Bill O'Brien should not be on. You should. If I'm an owner and you tell me I'm bringing in Bill O'Brien, I'm firing you.
That's the same man who traded DeAndre Hopkins away for David Johnson and a bag of chips. I mean, this is
the trade
just off of that trade alone. You shouldn't have any.
First, second, third round pick. I mean, the guy just been giving away picks, man. The guy's bad. Okay, he's bad. And he causes dissension within the rooms. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Seriously, I don't get it. And by the way, Will McClay is another name. Minnesota, you should be calling Will McClay.
Every team to be. I mean, that boy ain't missed on a pick yet.
Right, if you're not calling Will McClay, you're not doing it right.
Jared told me, "Hey, don't call my guy."
And he come and call it.
No, I'm gonna tell you what. If I'm Will McClay, I want it. Jerry, Minnesota's on the line. Now, Jerry, I won't answer it. Here's the number.
Just go ahead. We good? Okay.
You go in there like that Nick Saban's contract, like whoever becomes the highest paid coach, Nick Saban contract just go up. So if anybody calls by Will McClay, yeah, go ahead, Jerry. Make the deposit. So, go ahead and make that deposit, Jerry, and I'll stay around.
We good.
All right. Barry Church.
My boy.
Danny McCray.
You almost said it again.
No, I knew that's what I hold it for me.
This is
I'm Dewey Scruggs. We'll do this tomorrow. Players Lounge brought to you by Hotels.com on DallasCowboys.com radio.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!